Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Communication Infrastructure Program launch.
It is specifically in Hoima Oil City. We are digitalizing Uganda. That is the new normal. I want to congratulate you, Nita. You are implementing our NDP3 and the manifesto of NRA. I want to congratulate you.
The reason for this function was for us to commission the solar equipment that we have at the transmission center. That transmission equipment enables us as NITA Uganda to provide internet to this region and to serve not only Hoima City but other areas like Kagadi, like the Kingdom establishments. Everywhere around, we are able to provide you with internet services.
Thank NITA for knowing the gap that is there, because in the past we would suffer because we are not powered by internet. For thinking of this and expanding to this region. And therefore, we remain committed to working with NITA, working with the government, the local government, with the minister, with the new mayor, and the kingdom to ensure that we achieve not only national content at the regional level, but community.
NITA for providing internet. With Hoima District, Hoima, our office, we haven't got any complaints. I haven't been able to call the service engineer to say that our internet is off. So thank you, NITA, for the good service.
I also want to thank NITA Uganda for rolling out this regional communication infrastructure program to benefit the people of Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom. So congratulations, and I request that we give them a round of applause.
Have you ever wondered how you conduct business online? Make that call to a friend, watch TV with family, and even check in on your security, all in a blink of an eye. Soliton Telmec is one of the reasons this is possible. We are the #1 network telecommunications engineering company in East Africa. Telecom network planning and design, OTDRs and splicing machines, network development, mast construction, backbone. We are the leading providers of fiber optic networks, making life better by staying connected. Soliton Telmec, building networks for life.
If you have ever needed a government service or document, you know how frustrating it can get sometimes.
Pay in the bank, then come back and join the line.
Please, go to room 23.
First take the form to the account's office to get it stamped.
Make 7 copies of each document, Come
back after 20 working days.
Things are about to change. Using UG Hub, a common platform that enables government offices to share data. UG Hub means that information is accessible and well protected by a system to which all public offices are connected. So when you need a government service or document, you go online to the respective institution, and based on your request, the public officer gets your necessary data in real time by accessing UG Hub. You will not play the role of messenger for different offices anymore. UG Hub reduces the effort, cost, and time you spend dealing with government offices. UG Hub. Life made easy.
UG Hub is a product of NITA Uganda.
What if you could use one set of logins for all government e-services and didn't need to travel in order to sign important documents? What if you could do all this securely and at your convenience? UG Pass from NITA delivers a safe and secure digital authentication and signature solution, allowing you to use your smartphone to securely access a variety of e-services. So say goodbye to moving across town to sign documents, and say hello to a privacy-protected, legally compliant way to access e-services and electronically sign documents with UG Pass's strong online authentication and high level of security. To access UG Pass, all you need is your national ID or passport. Visit your app store and download UG Pass today. For more information, visit www.nita.go.ug. NITA Uganda, transforming lives through e-services delivery.
Life was good. Life was good for Mary until she received a phone call from a lady asking her to share her mobile money PIN to ensure that her SIM card wasn't deactivated. Her mobile money PIN ended up in the wrong hands. Don't be like Mary. Never share your PIN or password with anyone. A bank or mobile money company will never ask you for your PIN or password. This message is brought to you by the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Communication Infrastructure Program launch.
It is with great pleasure and honor for me to address you today as government through NITA U, while they are unveiling the key milestones in championing development, adoption and use of ICT in the Greater Bunyoro sub-region, specifically in Hoima Oil City. We are digitalizing Uganda. That is the new normal. I want to congratulate you, NITA. You are implementing our NDP3 and the manifesto of NRA. I want to congratulate
The reason for this function was for us to commission the solar equipment that we have at the transmission center. That transmission equipment enables us as NITA Uganda to provide internet to this region and to serve not only Hoima City but other areas like Kagadi, like the Kingdom establishments. Everywhere around we are able to provide you with internet services.
Thank NITA U for knowing the gap that is there, because in the past we would suffer because we are not powered by internet, for thinking of this and expanding to this region. And therefore, we remain committed to working with NITA U, working with the government, the local government, with the minister, with the new mayor, and the kingdom to ensure that we achieve not only national content at the regional level, but community.
Thank you for providing internet. With Hoima district, Hoima our office, we haven't got any complaints. I haven't been able to call the service engineer to say that our internet is off. So thank you, Nitayu, for the good service.
I also want to thank
who is the chief guest, and of course when they enter, we shall stand and the program as well will start.
Life was good for Mary until she received a phone call from a lady asking her to share her mobile money PIN to ensure that her SIM card wasn't deactivated. Her mobile money PIN ended up in the wrong hands. Don't be like Mary. Never share your PIN or password with anyone. A bank or mobile money company will never ask you for your PIN or password. This message is brought to you by the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda.
It is with great pleasure and honor for me to address you today as government through Nitayu, while they are unveiling the key milestones in championing development, adoption and use of ICT in the Greater Bunyoro sub-region, specifically in Hoima Oil City. We are digitalizing Uganda. That is the new normal. I want to congratulate you, Nita. You are implementing our NDP3 and the manifesto of NRA. I want to congratulate you.
The reason for this function was for us to commission the solar equipment that we have at the transmission center. That transmission equipment enables us as NITA Uganda to provide internet to this region and to serve not only Hoima City, but other areas like Kagadi, like the kingdom establishments. Everywhere around, we are able to provide you with internet services.
Thank Nitayu for knowing the gap that is there, because in the past we would suffer because we are not powered by internet. For thinking of this and expanding to this region. And therefore,
welcoming them, and as they reach, we shall be ready to start with the anthems and the prayer. We are Tigongo, and we may be having different occasions around here, so you check thorough. If you are not for NITA and related organizations, you are wrong. You are in the wrong place, but you can have a breakfast and you look for your colleagues. Yes. We recognize them. Yes, we can stand up and welcome our chief guests plus the team. Thank you so much for coming, and we have been here waiting for you. Thank you so much, Nita, for this. And I request we all stand up. we all stand up and have the national anthem, then later the prayer.
Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Offered to us, our country Uganda, which is regarded as part of Africa. Thank you, God. Thank you for today. We are having a function that improves or makes value addition to our country's services. Through NITA, we are having this function. God blesses us to have a successful function. Let this country prosper with your guidance. Protect our president, protect all of us as we serve our country, Uganda. We pray all through Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Still, we can have our seats. Thank you so much, and we want to welcome our guests and the team from this morning where you started from and the time you reached here. My name is Valentine Mohereza, called Mika China. Yes, I work with Radio West and TV West, both as a presenter and a comedian. And I'm also a student at Bishop Stewart University, doing Bachelor's of Journalism and Mass Communication, and I'm in my final year, final semester. And I happen to be the MC
because I'll be standing
of the function.
I have a fixed lane.
May God help me to deliver the right information. Mukama Simwe?
Standing close.
Yeah. I want to recognize and our guests to inform you that we have our guests already who were here before you. Among them we have the RDC of Mitoma, Mr. Francis Chibuka. You can welcome us. It's still new from Muvene, but within 3 months, and we have RDC Shema, Mr. Wilson is with us also. Thank you so much. And he doubles as the Giso of Shema, so he's on between Sabiri, Naijabana, Shobora, Konka. We are happy to have you. We have the IT department from our new district in Wampara, led by Gad Agaba. Thank you so much, Gad Tumtero Mungaro. And of course, Sheila, also from Mitoma. Sheila, Happy to have you. Can wave to us. We have Loy, Deputy Mayor Tungamo, is with us. Twakushemererwa Mcharoy. ASP Ola, Uganda Police, DPC Mbarara, is with us here with the team. Happy to have you, Afande. Then we have the chairperson LC5, Mbarara District is with us, Mr. Tabaru with us. Twakushemererwa kana togwe kwa kubalia, ntumanyangu everything is safe. Tuina abantu bingi ndingwisha kubaheza yo munonga. But of course we have Camtech is with us here and the executive director is with us. You can wave to us. Thank you so much. For those who don't know Camtech, it is just an innovation hub. The team is at Ibarara Referral Hospital and their biggest role no in any organization. They come with their innovation. Then they create a solution for such a problem. And in the due course, of course, they employ many youth and other people. So briefly, they come to Chirao, but we have 8 TV, and of course, the CEO is here, and the team you can, the members, you can wave to us. They are here with us, and allow me to inform you that we are live on 8 TV. And the link, you can share the link everywhere. You can get them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. You will get us, you will get ATV. And we are live on NITA, of course, on all pages of NITA. So right about now, allow me to start. And the program is going to be as follows. We are going to welcome the remarks from NITA. Babi Ukami, Collins is here. After we shall have the presentation and the journey of RCIP, we shall have it, and the coordinator is here with us. Later on, we shall see the story of the success of RCIP. Also, we shall have it. Then we shall continue slowly by slowly, because I hope most of you have this program. So without wasting much time, allow me to welcome Collins Babi will come to hand us and welcome us. Thank you so much.
Webale MC Kachina, Omjen Wito Mkuru, Honorable Margaret, Abajen Wito Mwena, Webale Kuija, Tuabachira. Ladies and gentlemen, in all your capacities, we want to welcome all of you, our district leaders, security, chiefs, government leaders. We really want to welcome you here as the National IT Authority. So when you hear NITA, we're the National IT Authority. Anything digital, anything IT in Uganda for our ministries, our departments and our agencies goes through NITA. So NITA is at the forefront of this run. So we want to welcome you here. So whenever you hear NITA, NITA is National IT Authority. So we have been in many regions, but the Ankole sub-region is extremely important to us. And you will realize that we are working with the police, working with universities, local governments, hospitals, schools, and you'll be hearing more from our teams and the presentations. But we want to welcome all of you. I want to make a special welcome again to our chief guest, because you are here, you're here for the people, you have seen what is possible technology, and we want to partner with the leadership here as NITA to make sure that we can serve our citizens better. So I want to welcome everybody, those of you who are online on the different channels watching us here live in Barara. We want to welcome you. I obviously want to acknowledge the fact that our board chair and the board members are here. So thank you, our board, for traveling the whole country to be with us here. I want to thank our partners, Soliton. Thank you so much for all the the backup that you've given to us. We really appreciate. And Impiga Technologies, we also want to thank you for the sponsorship. With those few words, I just want to allow the additional speeches to, of course, commence. We're here for not for very long, and we have, of course, lunch also served after. So our MC will manage our time, and we shall be able to deliver a successful morning. But also, we hope to look at what Captain is also doing that has exhibited today. So I thank you, and I just wanted to say welcome to all of you. Thank you once again.
A big clap. In a special way, I want to welcome our chief guest, but who is also my friend, who hosted us recently on the Women's Day. Mazima mukazi twakushemererwa agaranga tumuterero munga bisamana. When I'm humbled to have reached at your place, at your home, Karira yoko connect toche. Na nyini mbali mwane diya wa MP witu ni manya. Tukoko weza. Asi wano jambu eli tawa tabuza parliament kai wano tuchichira za district kiza twik. Onkana nyikungu liwa waka toche ria limproraje sintocho chukangoraje mnonga. Ponka webale na the way you love Mbarara people. Agaranga mazima tukitero munga resindi. And I think Nita choosing you was not just by mistake, but it's because of the achievements you have done to Mbarara people. Thank you so much. We want to recognize of course, as we go on, the RDC Mbarara district, Mr. Rogers, etwakushemerwa mnonga. RDC twakushemerwa mnonga. So briefly, reka tubase kuba nitukumusana. Konka, I've seen a team also from TV West twabashemerwa mnonga. We are going to be very brief, feel at home. Imanyanga bantu benda darkayo. But as we welcome the next speaker, kama gambira kwa kabiri isande wire ngweno kukora takumura nyonka shoma history hataba kaja mutuka bebe y'abasayansa n'ubarwo konkari twabasha history bya nitotujya abasayansa. So Napoleon used to say tujyamo bwire buce konkari yayinkare giyo tuge no bwire mukabyamo izabo kutakumura benjo mucyaci uturo twakwata uturo tungwasire nakoze byakunye usimuka nashanga reverend akuja stand up na yemera munyemera amenye mangu yatemereza twena kotegereza umucaca shanga ninyenyemera iremye ati kuzakura reverend yabuze ati none izakwenda kuhereza miliyoni 2 ngo musigazo uzabikikana kumbe bakabaze bakwenda kwa miliyoni 2 zo kombe kacaca yemera nyona yemera ndakumanya so bakavuga gangwe. Okay, let's welcome the presentation from the coordinator RCIP to have a word to us. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Our guests of honor, you are very welcome. Indeed, we're delighted to have you here to grace this occasion. I would also want to thank the district leaders for coming to be with us this morning. You've taken enough time to come and listen to us and share ideas in terms of digitization of our country. My name is Richard Obita. I'm the Director of Planning, Research and Development with NITAU. And I'm here also doubling as the RCIP coordinator, the Regional Communication Infrastructure Project. We just have a few presentation slides. We will not waste a lot of time here. And well, I start off with NITAU. NITAU is a government institution. We are mandated to support government entities in digitization of our country. We are formed by an act of parliament, and we are under the general supervision of our mother ministry, the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. Part of our objectives as an entity is to provide high quality IT services to government, and also to provide access to utilization of e-government services, and this is to improve our operational environment. The way we deliver services to our citizens, we must deliver in a more efficient way, in a more timely manner, and that is why NITAYU is here. We are also mandated also to provide standardization. Many of us wonder if we desire, for example, the purchase of the usual ICT equipment that you use in your offices. Many of the government entities actually run for us for specification in order to have the best and most quality IT equipment. So we're in charge of standardization and also play a key role in ensuring coordination in terms of the development of IT in the country. Our area of operation, we are mainly focused in 4 key areas, and these are infrastructure, e-government services. We have laws that we, of course, enforce and implement, and of course, information security. Information security is very critical as we take services online. There is need to secure our operational environment and the information that we send out across these platforms. And therefore, we are also mandated to ensure that we secure our operational environment. And therefore, we've come up with frameworks that government can adopt. We've come up with frameworks that all the government entities, including the local governments and our clients that we serve through the network, can utilize in order to secure their operational environment as they provide services to the citizens. So these are our key broad areas. Infrastructure, we've just seen this morning how we deliver services through the government infrastructure, that is the national backbone infrastructure across the country. Coming back to the regional communication infrastructure project, RCIP is a government project funded by the World Bank, and it commenced in 2016, and next month, August, we will be completing the project, and we targeted mainly 4 key priority sectors: agriculture, education, health, and the general sector. And its objectives were basically only to lower the cost of internet to government. This also includes all the administrative service points across the country, government administrative points across the country, and the development of e-government services, automation, digitization across the country. And of course, the key components of the project were only 3: enabling environment, connectivity, and e-government services. And the map that you see there is our beautiful map of Uganda. And throughout the project, as you can see, with the green line shows how far we've gone in terms of connectivity across the country. As you can see, on the northern side, we are up to the border points of South Sudan at Elego. And why are we doing that? We have government entities at those locations. We have the immigration. We have all the other URA at all those border points. And they are providing different services to the citizens. Cross-border trade is very critical for us as a country, and therefore we've extended connectivity up to the border points. And you can see, even on the DRC side, we are at Ipondwe. We've connected all the border points towards the DRC. Ipondwe, we have Gora, we have Goli, all this to serve our citizens as they cross into the other neighboring countries. We are into the south, Katuna, we are there. On the eastern side of the country, we are at Malaba and Busia. And as you can see, so the green there, as you can see across the country, is where we've so far connected.
And of course, we still have work to do. The red lines that you're seeing, those are still gaps, which these are moving projects. And of course, we are implementing them progressively with your support and of course with the support of government. We will continue rolling out these services. As we do this, we have connected several government entities. And of course, in Mbarara, or the Ankole region, is one of the beneficiaries of this connectivity. And many of the government entities here can attest to our services that we are trying to digitize. We have implemented the last mile connectivity, and so far under the project, we extended connectivity to 725 government entities, and these are onto this government network. Of course, we support our other sister agencies like the police, all the cameras that you see, many of the cameras that you see for police right onto this connectivity. And therefore, this connectivity is very critical for us as a country. We have provided, I've talked about the border points. We also have all our transmission sites across the country. We have what we call the transmission sites. They are basically like the way you would say a substation for electricity. So we have, here in Mbarara, we have one which serves the region. And we want to thank our sister entity, UNRWA, for hosting us, for hosting our transmission site to serve this region. We've connected all of them with powers. We cannot afford government services to go down because the citizen must be served in a more efficient way. So apart from the grid power, we have enhanced all our transmission stations with solar power as an alternative, as basically to ensure that there is full-time service availability as the government entities serve our citizens. What you see there is we took this picture several years ago, and the pain points for our citizens. And when our citizens line up for services like this, you know, we waste time. Our citizens waste time, they waste resources. Imagine this was taken from one of the service points several years ago. Many of us are familiar with the driving licenses, and this was Champogo. And when we see our citizens lining up for services like this, it's not good. Our citizens waste a lot of time. They have to travel to renew driving permits. Then they used to renew driving permits at Champogo, and you'll find a line like this. So this is what we're trying to solve through digitization, that a citizen can be served here in Mbarara other than traveling. So we are integrating most of these services. You can see our citizens get lost in this kind of cloud because they want a service, say, from DPP, Uganda Police, you want services from bank, you want services from NIRA, and many of our citizens will travel to Kampala to register for all these services. But what we are trying to do right now is that we are trying to integrate. What we are doing is we are trying to integrate all our services so that these services can be localized within the respective regions. Our citizens no longer have to travel miles to get a service. So what we are calling the UG hub, Uganda hub, is basically a hub of all services, all these government services being put into one platform so that our citizens can be served well. The other is, of course, the unified messaging and collaboration system. We've delivered this service to several of our government entities and the local governments. This is the standard emailing system for government. We do understand, we've taken assessments across the country. We do understand that many of our government entities still use some of these other platforms, the Yahoo, Gmail, but government has come up with a platform through which we can all securely provide information to our citizens, communicate. So there is a platform, and if you've not yet been rolled out, we are here to take all your requirements, to understand them. We are in this region and will provide these services instantly to you. We can visit your site and provide these services. We also have what we call the UG Pass.
Here, as our citizens go online, you can now transact business online, and you need to sign online, secure signatures online, digital signatures. You can with the EGP, the e-government procurement system, you'll be able to transact all right from the time you submit a bid. You sign online, submit your bids online, and there's a need for that platform for e-signatures. How do I know that the person I'm transacting business with online is actually has the true identity of that individual, not a fraudster? So that will be that system, the UG Pass, you can sign, and all these systems are all integrated. We have the national SAT. Here, the national SAT is the Computer Emergency Response Team. This is a collaboration with all government agencies that are in charge of security, the police and all the other agencies. We work together to handle issues of cyber security because as our citizens go online, there is need to protect them in the cyberspace. So we have a center, a coordination center, where we monitor. We also partner with other governments in the region to monitor issues of cyber threats in the region and in our country. We have a platform also for SMS. If you want, like for example, Minister of Health wants to send out SMS messages to our citizens concerning maybe COVID, concerning any outbreak. We have a platform, the SMS Gateway. They simply provide these messages instantly to our citizens through that platform, the SMS Gateway. And then, of course, the National Data Center. We manage almost about 500 websites for government. We manage systems of government. Many of us are familiar with systems such as the IFMS, the IPPS. We are familiar with some of the systems. I don't know whether the microphone. Yes, we are familiar with the IFMS system of payment from Ministry of Finance. All of them are stored in the National Data Center, which we established under the project. And so far, we are hosting about 196 critical government applications in the National Data Center. Why are we doing this? For the district local governments that are here, if you have any challenge with your websites, hosting, updating, and ensuring that they're up and running, registration, we are here to help you. We host them for all government entities, the local governments that we are hosting. It is free of charge. We'll come sit with you and develop your website and ensure that they are 100% up and running. So we host them all in the National Data Center, free of charge. In the education sector, many of us saw the challenges that COVID came with. Many of our learners couldn't access content. But with the support and through Ministry of Education, with our support, we've developed what we call the e-learning platforms, where our learners can actually get information, get learning materials, and they can continue. Wherever there's internet, they can access these learning platforms. So this is very critical for us as we digitize our country. The others, of course, in the health sector, many of us also saw in the health sector, we did support government in terms of rolling out some of the services. The COVID relief system, disbursement system, many of us got this funding through some of these platforms that NITA-U tried to help in digitization. The permits, the travel permits during COVID time, all ran through this infrastructure, the NBI, because there is now internet. We can access some of these services online. The general sector, we are also supporting the general sector. As a matter of fact, the prisons department or prisons do not need to transport inmates to be tried in Kampala. They can actually be tried anywhere else, wherever there's a connection. And we've ensured that the courts are all connected, and the inmates can actually be tried through what we call now the
electronic court case management system, and which we are hosting and providing connectivity to all throughout all the courts and of course the DPP area. So we are supporting the jail sector in terms of digitization. This will go a long way in helping our sister organizations provide services to our citizens efficiently. We've seen through this backbone, we've been able to reduce the cost of connectivity. Many of our government entities can attest to this, that when we started providing services to the district local governments and the MDAs, the cost of one Mbps of internet bandwidth was about $300. But through the project, we reduced this cost to $70, and it's still work in progress. We want to come to a point where we can deliver these services, where these services can be affordable to all our citizens, to all the businesses around this region, and of course the country. The NBI that we witnessed today provides a secure platform for our services. So it provides efficient and secure platform, and therefore there's no fear that when you're on this network. As a matter of fact, when we started providing these services, many of our government entities, they had fears that maybe our information might be, hacked into. We want to give you that assurance that the NBI is very robust and the network is very robust, and it is a closed government network, and therefore very secure. And this will provide penetration of ICT services, access to some of these services like e-health, e-education, e-taxes, IFMS and IPPS for all our government entities. So this information will be riding right through this infrastructure. This infrastructure also is built in such a way that it generates income for government. And how are we doing it? The private sector is transporting its data all across the regions of this country through this backbone. We have excess capacity on our infrastructure for the private sector also to deliver services across the country. And of course, by doing this, we are saving government money. You can imagine if all government entities had to procure these services independently, it would be so costly. Building a data center alone would be so costly. So what we're trying to do is that we're trying to rationalize services across government. We're trying to consolidate the requirements of government so that we can provide these services in a more rationalized way. What is our next plans? Our next plans, of course, will continue rolling out these services. As you saw in the map, there are some areas which we've not yet gone to, and we'll continue rolling out these services. We'll continue also enhancing the usage and, of course, supporting the district local governments and all other sister agencies in digitization, in terms of training, in terms of building capacity, digitizing their operational environment, and ensuring that so that they can be able to provide e-government services efficiently to our citizens. We talked about, I'll not preempt that, Camtech is coming to present something. Innovation hubs. We are also in the process of establishing innovation hubs across the country, which will be, of course, linked to this backbone. And this is to help the youth to innovate. The youth will be providing space for the youth to come and innovate in a more harmonized environment, and so that we can have more products coming out of these initiatives. What are our prayers to this region? Of course, we request the leadership of this region so that our people can begin to use some of these platforms. And of course, as NITAU, we are here to support you. Our doors are open. Whenever you need support, we are here in this region, and we'll be taking some of your requirements right at the table at the back so that we can immediately engage with your respective entities to provide these services all across. So I take this opportunity to once again thank everyone for giving us support. This could not have been done without your full support. I thank you, and I thank this region for allowing us to work in this region. Thank you very much.
hand over the clock. Thank you so much. And right about now, we shall have other 3 presentations as per now, and everyone is having 15 minutes, and we are likely to reduce them to 10 for the betterment, of managing and handling everything. So right about now, we are going to have Camtech, and as I said earlier, and they will explain more, but it is an innovation hub. They are going to show us how they help us, they help, to bring innovation, which innovation brings success to different organizations that, later benefit each and everybody. So let's have Camtech, and as they come, Mr. Nuriat, after him we shall have Miss Nuriat, I apologize, sorry. So after her, we shall immediately have the Mbara University, and this is Amos is going to handle us. So after Miss Nuriat, please get prepared. Thank you. As she comes, of course, we can't fail to recognize and thank our acting executive director, Madam Regina Shimera, for being here. Thank you so much. We can clap for her. They are the people that are hosting us. And all media platforms I've seen here, Beth. Yes, Radio West, TV West, they are here. Thank you so much also. Make sure that this information is reaching everywhere.
Good morning to you all, and all protocol observed. My name is Nuriat from Camtech, Uganda. I have my team here. I thought we were going to look at the projects. The stall you see behind, those are some of our projects at Camtech, Uganda, but I think we can do that after. It's going to provide some guidance. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will look at the projects behind, some of the projects we have, and then I will start my presentation. Kindly, the chief guest and the board members, let's walk to the stall of Camtech, then we'll come back here. Thank you so much.
So tugenda tuzabireba Camtech nekora ki yabasa kubanikaho.
Our Camtech Uganda is innovation lab manager. And like the MC said, at Camtech we identify challenges and develop appropriate technologies or solutions for those challenges. And all solutions that we develop must be viable, commercially viable. So today we have a few of what we have developed, and I invite Dr. Sola to tell us about your capacity.
Thank you very much, Martin. My name is Dr. Ochora Moses from the Department of Pediatrics and Childbirth at Mbara
University of Science and Technology. And I'm a co-founder and a project lead on Photocabada, which is a remotely monitored hybrid phototherapy machine that is able to treat multiple babies with jaundice at the same time. So jaundice is a yellow discoloration that newborns get when they are just being born. Over 60% of babies who are born will get yellow discoloration of the skin. And if that is not treated, they get brain complications, deafness, blindness, cerebral palsy. And so, we realize that the machines that we have are expensive, they rely on power from the national grid, which at times has issues. They treat just one baby at a time, and they just provide only phototherapy. And they use the same space, power, and resources to treat one baby. So we wanted to get a device that can treat many babies at the same time, using the same space, less power, that is affordable, but also wanted to integrate what we call a one-stop center for a child with jaundice. So we came up with Photocabada, and that is from the word cupboard to mean storing many things. Photocabada has 3 photomodes that are independent of each other. These provide standard phototherapy, which is the treatment. This phototherapy is what we need to do. And then it's not just like it also monitor people. So you have one nurse to prepare she doesn't microphone. And the most exciting thing is that so if you PF system. It's not for the super. Whenever you hear it going off,
You can have this mic.
What we are doing, team, is really to provide a one-stop center for a child with jaundice. And we feel this is an unmet need in the provision of healthcare to the newborns. Right now at the hospital, newborns take more than 60% of our admissions. And so I think Photocabada is very timely, and we thank Camtech Uganda and NITA. And this is my team, Viola, who is also one of the doctors we work with. Ivan is the biomedical engineer, together with Khalid and many others who are helping us with developing this. Thank you very much, and we hope that we can leverage on the goodwill of the government of Uganda and NITA to make sure that every project market fit that can get to the market as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chola. We can look at the second project before we return to our seats. The air device. Naomi.
Thank you, Martin. My name is Naomi Zimenta. I'll be taking you through the augmented infant resuscitator, which we call the air device. And so, why come up with the air device? So, neonatal mortality contributes so highly to the under 5 mortality and to about 43%, and we can't ignore it. And so, we know that we can save about 6 million babies annually if we provide the babies with effective resuscitation at birth. But we have a challenge that 1 in 5 of our best trained health workers will actually fail to perform the right technique of helping a baby breathe, and you don't have that much time, you only need a minute. And so you have to do the right of the ventilation. So the air device, and this air device is intended And so we did things above and mask and things like that. And it has three items things that could go wrong if you were helping a baby breathe. And this is about the mask around the baby's mouth. So you could either be leaking or you could have a good seal. Or that could be you need a patterned airway, or sometimes it's blocked. But how do you know all that in just 1 minute? Or it could be the rate at which you're barking. And so the air device displays colors about how good you are ventilating. So if you want to help this baby breathe and you want to see a good chest rise, this device should tell us what is going right or wrong at any one time. And so if it goes red, we know that there is a problem that we need to fix. Right now, it's going all right, but if I cause a leak, you will see it. If I cause a block, you will see it. If I fix it, you will still see that it's fixed. And if my rate is high, you can still tell that it's high, but if I correct it, it actually can correct it. So we did 30 health facilities in Uganda, 10 in Wakiso, 10 in Mukono, 10 in Kampala. And we really got information that tells us that if we do ventilation, if we train health workers on the resuscitation, we had 2 arms, one that were given these devices and they would get feedback, and the other arms that didn't actually receive feedback. But what was interesting in the study is that people that had feedback maintained effective ventilation 50 times longer, and actually they attained it actually 50 times faster. And so we think that this is what we can do to train health workers, and it is important that we also can get to train them at their facilities. We are doing a transition to scale of this device, and it's going to get this information that it logs onto itself, like you can receive it, say, on a tablet or on your computer, and then you know how to provide the timely quality improvement measures that are needed at hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We can come back. Harriet, you can summarize for us. Thank you.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back from that. I know time was not enough, but anytime after my presentation or during lunchtime, you can always walk by that place and then talk to the innovators there. Thank you so much for listening to some of our projects, our innovators, the projects that they have developed. Thank you so much. Okay, all protocol observed. Once again, my name is Nambogo Nuriat. I work with the Consortium for Affordable Medical Technologies, Camtech Uganda. We are an innovation hub based at Mbara University of Science and Technology. Okay, Camtech Uganda started in 2012. That's our journey. We started in 2012 following an MOU that was signed between Mbara University and Massachusetts General Hospital. And in 2014, an innovation hub was opened and supported to support innovators at Mbara University. Our mission is to build entrepreneurial capacity and accelerate affordable medical technology innovations to improve health outcomes in low and middle income countries. How do we get challenges? Because we work with people who have challenges in health, but also in other sectors. Because our our ecosystem and the model that we use, it applies to all kinds of solutions that people want to develop. So how do we get challenges into our innovation ecosystem? One, we have people who walk in, we have annual medical technology hackathons, we have innovation challenges, innovation cafes, internship programs, and then from there, I'll just move straight to, so a monthly innovation cafes, these are, it's an event that we organize every month at the end of the month where we get people together, depending on what they are developing, or depending on the theme, we get them together and then they brainstorm on challenges around the theme. After that, we get them to try understand the challenge and also support them to develop solutions. Quickly, the internship program, this has also been running where we get people from different university students, continuing students, we support them, and also they come up with, by the end of the internship program, they have a prototype product that they can always come back and improve. Then annual medical technology hackathons, this is an event that has been happening every year in August. But this time we have it in October. So we get people from all over the world, people who are interested in participating in our medical technology hackathons, depending on the theme, to come at Mbarara University and pitch the challenges and also develop prototype solutions. So it's competitive and we have winners, of course. Then the other one, so out of that, we help people, we support people to write concepts, to understand the challenge that they are working on. So we try to support them to develop a concept that defines well the problem and the solution that you're proposing or the innovation, and then how do you make money out of this innovation, and then what is your team. So that is something that should come out very well before we can now move on to the cooperation lab. But before that, once a team has concept developed and fully reviewed, we organize what we call a project qualification review exercise, where we work with experts or experts in the area that the team is developing a solution in, to come and listen to what the team is presenting as the challenge and the solution. So they listen to them, and the outcome is either you qualify or your concept is okay, then you officially move on to the lab. Or you need to make some changes and then come back and present. And in some rare cases, they will tell them to change maybe the idea to something else. If they see it's not feasible, and maybe the team is wasting time to develop what they are proposing. Once all that is done, now we officially, that is our innovation lab at Mbarara University, we officially register them into the cooperation lab, where we have a number of stages through which we take these innovators. So we have product development stages, we have also protection and studies, research studies. Then we have stages in scientific contribution and then scalability. So under product development, a team is supported to put together what we call a product requirements document, a PRD document that defines how the team is going to develop this solution and what is required for them to develop what they are proposing as a solution. Of course, once that is reviewed by a technical team, now they start working on their prototype or the first product, basing on their product requirements document. And it's also reviewed, of course, some stages are iterative, and then they have to go and collect end user feedback. In all this, we use what we call, or the approach we use is a design thinking approach, where we engage users and collect as much feedback as possible in order for us to be sure that the product will be taken up by the user, because they don't develop for themselves, but they develop for someone else. So These stages are to help them understand whether the solution is possible and do the checks, if there's any mistake before they can finally deploy to the market. And then we have under scalability, of course, before they take the product to the market, we have regulatory approvals. So we look at what approvals a team or the product needs before they can go out into the market. Because of time, I'm not going through all, but most stages, there are stages that are iterative. Like they will come back depending on the feedback that they get from the users. They may need to come back and improve on the product. And also, we have several reviews by the experts before you can move on to the next stage. These are some of the projects we have supported. I won't go into the details because there are some that are already displayed there, exhibited. EVHT and then digital speech assistant. I'll just say a line about it. EVHT is an application that this team has developed to support village health team members. I forgot to mention that most of all the challenges whose solutions are being developed are local challenges. So when a team is developing a solution, it should be affordable, easy to use, and also acceptable into the community. So we have had VHT, village team members. So this team decided to build a platform that can support them and equip them with different knowledge, and also on how to deliver this knowledge to their community members. They have their store behind their digital speech assistant. We have, I'm winding up. We have the deaf people who go to health workers and they cannot communicate. So they usually have to come with someone else, which compromises their privacy. So this is a solution to support their communication and interaction. This is lift relief, a bed to move patients within hospitals instead of them being lifted. Photo Kabada, they have talked about it. Simulation center, a team visited the center in the morning. It's at Mbara University. I will not say much about it. Prisms, I think they talked about what they do. MobiCare, a mobile-based application to support health workers and to support patients to request for appointments from health workers to have access to their schedules at the different health facilities, especially specialists. This is AIR, Naomi has talked about it. These are some of our achievements. We have more than 24 projects incubated into the Cooperation Lab at different stages of development. We have 12 projects funded, I think they are more or less right now, and then intellectual property, which is key. So we have these numbers. We have some that have patents, and then the company is registered. What is our relationship with NITA as CAMTEC? We are happy to mention that NITA has supported us to do most of our work that we do because it involves internet.
Hello?
The innovators need to do research. They have also supported us during our hackathons, and the power of internet connectivity still. Research and development has been enabled at CAMTEC and Mbara University because of NITA support for our internet. The internet is very good. Innovators will always come to our Cooperation Lab to use the NITA internet. Simulation Center, Sim for Life, it's also supported. Their internet is supported by NITA. And then it has supported us in attending online lectures. For Mbara University, most staff and students will come to CAMTEC because the internet is fast to use our internet if they have online lectures. And also the CAMTEC staff. So for capacity building, there is a course that we do every year at MIT in the US, and it requires internet, so it has really supported us. We do a course in design thinking because of the work we do. And then the hackathon, of course, they have always sent us mentors who have mentored students or innovators during the hackathons, and we are happy for that. We need to give them a very big hand clap. And we hope that also this year, our hackathon is going to be in, it starts on 30th of September to 2nd of October. We hope that we can have you again. Our letters are yet to come in. And those are some of our partners. I would like to thank you again our director, Dr. Data, kindly stand up for recognition. Again, is the country director of Camtech Uganda and then also SIM, so he manages both. Thank you so much, Nita. We are grateful for the kind of support that you give us, and we are always happy to mention that we are part of Nita. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nuriat. Tumtoro Mungaro, as she goes. Right about now, we are going to have Mr. Amos, the director ICT Must, and he's going to be on the achievements of NITA, because it wouldn't be easy without network, without NITA. I mean, there's no way we would achieve that. But as they prepare him on Zoom, we still want to recognize the presence of our chairperson RCIP, Ambara District, Mr. Tavaru Didas. Tuhubire wagaranga yina babatakizire tumterro mungaro kandi Mr. Elias chairperson RCIP Ibanda twatumwinaha atuhubire tumterro mungaro zamani mnonga tuni Mbaba Rogers RDC Mbarara tumwinaha yashoraho aheru tuni Chibuka Francis RDC Mitoma is here with us, and we are having Mr. Wilson RDC Shema Kandi Tumina Hanawe, who was as Diso, then to Jemima LC5 Abga Shema, Charakas Wita. Thank you so much. Then to Rwanda David, Diso Abgambara Tumina Hanawe. Yes, so let's direct to go to ICT Director, Mr. Amos Must, to present to us. Thank you.
Hello, I hope you can hear me. A very good afternoon to you all. I'm honored and have the pleasure to present this little story about our engagement with NITA U. It will be a very brief one, but before I start, like the MC has said, hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
On the audio. Short calls and all related businesses,
Can you hear me? Hello?
We are going to wait for more 2 minutes. In case we fail, team Neza Teresa, then we shall go ahead with presentation from Eid.
Mr. Amos, you could actually continue. Thank you. Mr. Amos, you could actually continue. We are getting you.
Thank you very much. I was saying that I'm here to tell you a story between the relationship we've had with NITA Uganda, Ankole and the head of computing services. It's a department at MAS that manages the university's ICT infrastructure services. And my story is quite brief. I've outlined it in a few quick points. What stuff? We have two major campuses at the moment. The main campus, which is at Chihumuro, 7 kilometers along the Mbarara-Bushenyi Highway. And we also have the Mbarara Town campus that is within the Mbarara City Center. But of course, beyond this, we have a number of sites that are located mainly in southwestern Uganda. So how has NITA supported MAST? Most of the support has been in our infrastructure, specifically network infrastructure. NITA has been with us for about 8 or so years in trying to improve infrastructural coverage at the university. One, which has been the major intervention from NITA, has been connecting the Chihumuro main campus to the NBI. Those of you who know Chihumuro, it's a little out of town. And before the university actually moved there, there was no trace of internet access. So through working with NITA, we were able to light up the Chihumuro main campus, which is actually the university's main campus, housing administration offices. Our new Faculty of Applied Science and Technology has the offices there, lecture rooms, as well as multipurpose labs. So these are using the infrastructure that has been put up under this project. The university has also set up a library at Chihumuro, and it's also using infrastructure through this project to help students access learning materials at the library. Then, apart from just providing connectivity, the Wi-Fi, though still limited, the Wi-Fi at Chihumuro, through this infrastructure, of course, is being accessed by both staff and students. So, in addition to setting up infrastructure at Chihumuro, this project has also consolidated the infrastructure we had at the Mbarara Town campus. So NITA has come in, and before we began engaging with NITA, we were predominantly using the Research and Education Network of Uganda, RENU. I don't know if you've heard about it. So those were providing connectivity mainly to the university, but through our relationship with NITA, we took up NITA connectivity as well as a boost, and we are currently running two connectivity services at the town campus, which is really a huge boost. And apart from using it for the usual administrative, research, and other services, staff and students are also able to access Wi-Fi through this service. And then more support from the project has seen other facilities and sites of the university getting connected. We have a Directorate of Research and Graduate Training that is not physically located within the main premises of the university. It's located within Mbarara Town in a place called Boma, that is outside the perimeters of the university. And for long, they had a challenge of accessing internet. They were using the commercial operators. But I think about a year or two ago, we were successfully able to connect the DRGT to the NBI. We also had connectivity to another institute under the university, the Maternal and Newborn Child Health Institute, which is also located outside the perimeter of the university, and that was also done under the auspices of this project. Of course, what I've spoken about mainly is infrastructural support to our services. But over and beyond the infrastructure, which is mainly the optic fiber, the switches, and so on, this partnership has also seen an improvement in the services we offer our staff and students. There have been obvious benefits, key being e-learning. Of course, the predicament we've been through over the past 2 years saw us having to lock down the university, and there was no alternative but to turn to e-learning. And thanks to the infrastructure we had already built and some of the services that were running, the university took up to e-learning, and that is the only way students could go on with their studies. Again, with support from NITAU, we were able to acquire 60 Zoom licenses. And with these, we were able to integrate with our learning management system. And this really helped us a lot in ensuring that the learning continued. The live learning was able to continue through the Zoom licenses. And of course, this support has also helped a lot of our administrative, academic, finance, and research functions. Through NITAU, we saw the coming in of the Academic Information Management System, which is a system that manages student, academic, and finance records. We are on to the Integrated Financial Management System, another government system, both at Mbarara and Chumoro campuses. This infrastructure has also boosted our library and research repositories, where our students and staff are able to access online libraries. And we've also set up repositories to store our publications. So that is really the success story, in as much as I have tried to keep it as brief as possible. But in building on what we've been able to achieve so far, we have a future ahead of us, and these are some of the thoughts we have on how we can take this relationship further. One, of course, is that we need to expand the infrastructure at Chumoro. Chumoro, if those of you who know Chumoro, is more of an expanse of land. There are just a few buildings that have come up. The university has a master plan to develop and build up that entire hill. And as the buildings will be constructed, so will the need be for connectivity, obviously. So we hope that basing on what we've been able to achieve already, we shall be able to expand the infrastructure at Chumoro. And it's not just about Chumoro, it is also about other university sites. For example, we have an Institute of Tropical Forest Conservation at Bwindi. So that is also something. I don't know how far or how deep the NBI has gone so far in relation to the Bwindi impenetrable forest, but those are areas where we can improve and further extend the infrastructure. For Chumoro as well, the students' hostels will need access. For now, like I said earlier in my presentation, the services at the offices, the library, and at the Faculty of Applied Science and Technology. We have hostels there now. We have 2 hostels housing students at Chumoro. So the immediate plan would be to further extend the service to those hostels and beam it probably via Wi-Fi, so that students can access services in the hostels. I talked about the ITFC in Bwindi as well. And then, of course, we are thinking, as a university, we are thinking on how we can leverage on NITAU's national backbone infrastructure to support the university community-based education initiative. MUST has must champions its relevance to the community. And it has special community-based initiatives that see our students being active in the community. If I was to give an example of our medical students, throughout their study at the university, they spend a bit of time in health centers, interacting and serving the community.
Yes, Mr.
So, yes, please.
Yeah, we beg you just summarize maybe in a minute, but otherwise we appreciate.
Okay, so I'm concluding. I've talked about support to the community-based initiative, where we can see health centers coming on board. And of course, we would want more support to e-learning. COVID showed us that it's a way that we shall have to continue going about. We might need more Zoom licenses, hosting, backing up, and also for advocacy through NITAU for zero rating with our commercial partners. I've been asked to summarize as much as I can. I'll stop it there for now. And thank you for listening to me. Succeed.
Yeah, it was nice hearing from you. So right about now, time is not now our friend. We have Ntungamo Andrew Warabiechi is also with us. And of course, Aheba Samuel Town Clerk Shema. We have Mahanji Nelson, Town Clerk Barara City. We have ASP Irene Mbarara DPC. We have ASP Ola Moses DPC Mbarara is with us. Thank you so much. We have ASP Opio Patrick DPC Shema. And of course we have ASP Musova Hassan DPC Mbarara South. With us we have ASP Patience Bagans DPC Tungamo. And we have Dr. 17 Deputy District Health Officer Mbarara District is with us. Thank you so much. Right about now we are going to have AIT, and AIT is empowering youth in technology. Mr. Sagar Biaranga is here with us to brief us. Thank you so much. My name is Valentine Muhereza Kachai.
Thank you very much, Kachaina. Religious leaders in the House, Honorable Chief Guest, the NITAU team, every other person in your own dignitary, I greet you in the name of the mighty Creator. I am Sankara Garwanga, a director in charge of communication and marketing at Empower Youth in Technology, which is also a tech or innovation hub. And here in Barara, looking at empowering young people in developing digital solutions. We are looking at hope versus reality of a young man. As soon as I finish university, or slightly before that, I'm actually dreaming, of becoming like any of those big men. Bill Gates, Comrade Zuckerberg, and Comrade Jack Ma, especially those that are in computing, fields at the university level. You believe after I finish my university or my computing course, I'll be one of these guys. But the reality does not actually need a minute to explain. The pictures you see is actually what happens. Now, Empower Youth in Technology, just like I said, is an innovation hub, looking at building university students, especially those in computing background, to help them, build their capacity, develop innovative startups. And we do that because only 1 in 5 businesses that are started in Uganda is going to actually survive. And it is actually worse with digital startups. Looking at that, the survey we ran here in Barara, young people noted that number 1, they actually miss the business knowledge. Number 2, they actually do not have the capital. But number 3, they don't have the muscle to compete in the market, just like, you know, established businesses. Oh, I think I messed up that. Okay. So here is how we actually intend, or how we have been solving this problem for the last 2 years. Now, our approach has 3 focus areas in which we, focus to help these young people. Number 1 is the capacity building, and under that we do mentoring and trainings. This is to tackle the other challenge, number 1 of them not having business, knowledge. When I talk about business knowledge, actually, I'm talking about mindset. We have always people, heard them talk about youth mindset. A program comes, Emioga and all that, and the challenge is always going to be the youth mindset is actually different. And we are saying, look, the mindset of business, if youths, started thinking about, I can actually run a business, then all these programs actually are going to be, successful. So under capacity building, we actually train them. Now, under our second focus area is marketing and business communication. Under that, we build their capacity in, being able to market their startups, their solutions. That's why you see AYIT TV. That's why people are hearing us live now on ayitradio.com. But also we help build digital solutions that list their products. Young people that have built their products, especially here, have their products listed on a site called guzaug.com. Now, finally, our third focus area is help them access affordable financing options. We started a YIT Startups Financing Initiative, which is actually a savings and loan scheme for young people. And so far, 72 members, 72 young people with innovative ideas are saving with a YIT. They are actually taking micro loans from 100,000 to 2 million, payable in 6 months, and you don't have to have collateral of land and all that. It is only members in the same fund that actually stand with you. You get that money and you're able to pay it in 6 months. And very, very appreciative initiative. Now we are targeting only 0.1% of the 300. The 310,000 graduates that get out of the universities annually. Only that, but also the same percentage for the estimated 800 startups. And of course, we can't forget that 400,000 graduates get out of these universities, but only 90,000 actually get these jobs. Then 10% of Ugandans start businesses annually, but out of this, we're looking at, out of the estimated 980, and about 80% of them are actually startups. So Uganda, of course, is full of startups, not forgetting that recently we are ranked the most entrepreneurial nation, but also, of course, to note that we lead in startups failure rate. Now, our business model, consultancy, number 1, we get some money from there. We also do training and mentorship and get some little money from there. AYIT Media apparently is our cow, is it cash cow? Exactly. We earn a lot from virtual event streaming. That's why the 30%, but also the innovation the innovations that you're about to see, there are those that are using them and they're actually paying some money. Grants apparently give us 50% of all the money we collect. Then Workspace, of course, powered by NITAU Internet, we get some money there, but also the interest we're getting on these microloans that I talked about. Now, yes, we have so many innovation hubs. Thank you very much, guys who are here, and you're from innovation hubs. But the survey actually indicated that most of you people actually provide trainings, mentorship, or linkage to funding. But AYIT actually goes ahead to, nurture commercialization through provision of knowledge, startup capital, and actually the marketing that I actually talked about. That's the traction in the interest of time. Startups supported so far 100 plus. We're looking at over 50 plus, trainings and clinics 50 plus mentors, events hosted, quite a number of success. Now these are the innovations that we have actually put out. Let's Farm Up was one of the innovations that won at the RCIP by the Ministry of ICT, developed by young people from Bara University of Science and Technology who actually were recruited in the system, just like I told you. We could also be seeing follow-up here. Now, Let's Farm apparently is the only database, digital database of farmers from Mbarara through the Mbarara District Farmers Association. If you went at the district now and said, we need a digital data for you, all farmers in the district, they're going to refer to you to Let's Farm Up. Now, follow-up is being piloted at the Mbarara Municipal Council, the health center just below the municipal. This, almost similar to EVHT, links pregnant mothers and keeps, reminding them of their antenatal, visits, but also empowers VHT model. Now, the rest I won't really, it also won at the Ministry of ICT, together with My Blood app, and Papers is another good one, Accountant app. Guza UG is the one I talked about. It lists only products developed here in Uganda. You're going to find HEMA, you're going to find whatever product that is actually developed or produced here in Uganda. I see Kachina standing up. Thank you very much. Now, when COVID-19 came in 2020, we actually were depending entirely on grants. But of course, when that was a little bit cut off, that's when we now switched the minds to EIT media, especially now that we had the very fast and affordable internet from NITAU. We believed we can actually now venture into this. Now, this is our biggest at EIT. Apparently, we are running EIT TV, which is an online TV broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook. We have a mobile app for it and also a web. You could actually check it. It runs 24 hours. If you put tv.eit.org, it is running all 24 hours. You could actually also download the EIT Media app, also broadcasting 24 hours. This, of course, came to, have even more employment opportunities for young people, but most importantly, create content that the young people would need and actually are not getting from the traditional media. Thank you very much, Nita. Now, I already talked about some of these innovations. I go directly now to how Nita actually became a god. Yeah, the silence was actually intentional. Now, the internet they gave us at the time they came, we were struggling to pay, of course, just like any other startup, very high rates of internet. We are looking at, I won't mention brands, of course, but we were really suffering. Now, theirs came while fast, it is actually reliable, and it is very, very, affordable. Apart from that, the support team, the support team of NITA is very, very supportive. Very fast response, and the promises are kept. If they say you're going to get reconnected in 1 hour, that is it. That is real 1 hour. They won't lie to you 2 minutes and you wait. Now, the partnership weight that came with NITA, trust me, today when we walk into a pitching room and one of our partners is NITAU, it takes us at another level. Of course, when you enter the room, someone expects you to be a youth, but with such a huge partner, we have actually won some grants because of that weight. Now, of course, it is not forgetting our backbone of activities at EIT. The numbers have doubled. Those that access
Mr. Yarhanga, you have a minute.
Thank you very much. Now, in that minute, you will allow me to talk to NITAU that thank you very much, just like you actually took us through the plan that you have. This is actually the way we think you could further support us. Now, we are into digital solutions, and we know that you're a regulatory body around USSD codes, so you could actually help us get these USSD codes, because apparently we are developing mobile apps and web, but would actually want to extend, especially for the people in, with the other small phones. Thank you very much. That is actually understood. Now, there is an innovation called Primary Education Performance Assessment System. I saw the cow of Ivanda Mr. Kweyamba, while at Mbarara, he helped us very much to establish this, and apparently the system is actually being used at Ibanda District Local Government. It's a database of all primary schools. It analyzes data of head teachers, the performance from P4 to P7, all termly results are in there. It tracks, dropouts. I wish you could actually get a chance to testify on this. So we believe we would help us scale this now that we have the district local government, being piloting this. Thank you very much. We intend to think about Mbarara City. Mbarara City, of course, needs to grow into a smart city, and we can't get there without NITAU. That's why we are calling for a partnership in city hackathons. Call young people in the city, have them here, have challenges that the city may have in the future, think of solutions, and let NITAU actually help us. Young people develop innovations for the city. Finally, Mr. Valentine, this is in green because it's for emphasis. Now, with this equipment that we have and our team leader who is actually now in the USA, Trishada Ronald, coming back with another equipment, our next flagship program is to establish a virtual lab for secondary schools. We're looking at practical science, we're looking at science, practical lessons, but also the innovations that would actually require practical sessions. But of course, schools can't afford to have these experts in each of them. So we're already in talks with schools like Maryhill to actually access their labs for the chemistry and whatever, and also have the industries around. So it will always have to be just like we are here and the lesson is actually projected in different schools at the same time. They're actually learning practicals, and we believe we can only move an inch if NITAU chose to support us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sankara Biaramanga, on behalf of the HIT. Bantume tumtero munga zamani mnonga mnonga. Iwaya mbeda shikawazi. Right about now we are going to have NITA Uganda board chairperson, and after we shall have the remarks from the area chairperson LC5. Thank you so much. Our time is short, but this woman started something called the summary.
Mkama weta simwe nashemera mnonga kwijaha mpaha kugaruka umurembo rwa Mbarara iyo mtura jaha mpaha kandi yo mwegesa Mbarara University kumara imyaka 13 kandi ya bode ya Camtech kandi mbwena ikaha mpaha nagura wena nashemera mwe bari twakira our guest of honor. We are extremely excited. Amazina ganje Ninye Professor Nabela Habinka Basaza, a member of NITAU board. With me, I've come with my board chair, Honorable Kabajo. Kindly wave to the team, stand up for your kind recognition. Yes, we also came with Dr. Tete, who is currently winding up on some important activity, but will join us. Yes, our Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Margaret, we are greatly honored that you were able to make it. Our board members of NITA and Executive Director of NITAU, Madame Regina, representing Dr. Hatib, all NITA EXCO members that are present, political leaders, administrative leaders present, cultural and religious representatives, not forgetting our important members of the press and all protocol observed. The people of Ankole are known for being very hardworking and associate themselves with success and great progress. We have witnessed today the fact that UN and agencies, some of which include learning institutions, police stations like where we went to today and visited. Did you know that 7 districts within Ankole sub-region have now been connected to the quality internet that includes Mbarara City, our host, Liatonde, Shema, Bushenyi, Ibanda, Wampara, and Intungamo. The journey has just begun. I would want to assure you that we shall extend this national backbone infrastructure and all e-government services to all levels of administration as we drive the parish development model. With the funding from the World Bank to the government of Uganda, led by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, through the ministry and then NITAU, the implementing agency, we were tasked to be able to implement this RC project with a core goal on transforming public service delivery in Uganda using ICT in order to improve the livelihoods of Ugandans and particular Ankole region to be very specific as a beneficiary. I would like to confirm to you that this enabling environment of Uganda's digital transformation has been laid. Uganda now boasts of a very vibrant and robust IT ecosystem. Through the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance and NITAU, the implementing agency, the government of Uganda has set up the national backbone infrastructure so as to connect all public service entities. As we mentioned, the MDAs. For this Ankole region, we noted a minimum of 106. These include the districts, the towns, health centers, learning institutions via the optical fiber-based network. The youth today in Uganda, who are the largest section of the population, to be specific, they comprise 77% of all Ugandans. In Ankole region, NITAU was very focused in harnessing and supporting the innovation centers as we showcase today. Tech Uganda, Hive Collab, and the empowerment or the Empower Youth IT, that is EYIT, as they just presented today, were our key core focus in guiding the youth towards this service delivery and also in supporting them in research and connectivity. This has opened up lots of opportunities to the young people who have now been able to work in their homes, work in within these innovation hubs, to have them such as test beds for their solutions towards sustainable innovations. With this good connectivity, Honorable Minister, these innovators can now drive the economy towards socio-economic development by harnessing the research as they articulate their problem statements and search out for markets in the various startups. In terms of security, the role of ICT and connectivity cannot be underestimated. Police is our good partner. CCTV installations are now empowered by this connectivity. While we were in Soroti, Honorable Minister, we had Honorable Musa Echeru, who shared with us an experience of a lady that had a baby that was stolen in Soroti Regional Referral Hospital. Through CCTV cameras, she was apprehended at Ngora District. More and more of these testimonies are evident today because of the empowerment of NITAU, Uganda's Connectivities NBI. We commend the World Bank for funding the government of Uganda through the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance and implemented by the agency of NITAU Uganda that successfully completed this project at 100%. I wish to extend our gratitude to our mother ministry, that's the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, for taking that very firm stand to support NITAU Uganda in digitizing this country. To the local leaders here in Mbarara, today, like I mentioned earlier, you opened up and had a very receptive approach to the desired future provided, and you provided the right environment for the successful implementation of RCIP. And that is why we are here to celebrate these milestones. Now the services that you would have accessed only in Kampala are now available at your fingertips, such as the driving permits, the passports, national ID, to mention but a few. All these are locally provided within our different districts and Mbarara City. I would wish to call upon you to continue this journey with us. Our commitment is to achieve a worldwide, nationwide connectivity, internet that is affordable and for ease of access to digital tools so that no one is left behind in Uganda's digital journey, because we believe that together we shall achieve more. Nienda kupasima mnonga mwebale mnonga kutwachira mwebale kukora nitwe mwebale kutuhereza omwanya kutukubasa kukora mweti internet mwebale kwejumbura mu kintu. Really, Uganda, we are so proud of you, Mbarara City and all the 7 regional Ankole districts. I say all this for God and my country. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Tumojerika kusema mnonga. Right about now, we are supposed to continue, but our guest of honor is going to be live on NBS for just 5 minutes. So we are going to allow her to go out. She talks to the nation. Then after 5 minutes, we are going to come back and we continue. Thank you so much. They are going to be very, very brief. So hata ni unaweza kuwa mtaiwa utoke mubai utecha yesi limichi nomshala so to kusahau kuma weno yetu kile na riba wandu wajaba new vision mwebale mutwa muriya ntwenegirege za hantona bamanye Nita is doing great. Mazmagara Hanga, thank you so much, Nita. More especially this thing of going to court and they take all people, then abantu bemeromanda, there is jam, Kachina Lena Zai Somero, Korek Jezo, at Jam and Quata, some people protesting, police is tear-gassing us. So, Korechi, Umutaka Kumakuria, Bakamshari, Sango Yeye. Itawa kundi watu kamtera hesapuri ko babye hesapuri bamba musasira bakamusasira bakimwongera tine cyo gukora miro ayo tatu jendo misho nyabara nimbeshengereza uyo mumu omudini ye bibo mutakitahare abo ko hate byami jendo misho ranga tutumwetaga ibintu bisharwe beyi riyare ategesa izobe na
Have you ever
na business zaba kugira ngo baremerwe nyumwazi umenyira abandi 18 baguze motoka dondoro inabe nanangwe imotoka bamwe gari ibiremwa cy'umukazi ibye motoka berkeho samajita gaturemeri riyari.
We are the #1 network telecommunications engineering company in East Africa. Telecom network planning and design, OTDRs and splicing machines, network development, mass construction, backbone. We are the leading providers of fiber optic networks, making life better by staying connected. Soliton Networks for life.
Mary, never share your PIN or password with anyone. A bank or mobile money company will never ask you for your PIN or password. This message is brought to you by the National Information Technology.
So, buri muntu wena yaho karigiraho kwata ngo inisomero kubagambira ngo inabato kubagambira twatujya kurwana so burwire umuntu wena yashomye 5 rwakashapu umwana wenda kafa bushapu koze 5 rwakashapu nagera ngo emwe wayo mukazi samba netonya ngo bochi kongo mbwire ukeshaka ngo muravunga warura cya paso rwashema so ubwo bwire bwa kubenuzira ko bochi nuko ko mushaka bana enjoying no muzo kongo mudakika cyene sana ko muravunga umwari gutwara umwari abortion umwari school dropout so baskwati nyonanye anyika comedian tikweta kisakwate msoro minja aze biona ni bugamba kusaza muzingenda chikita nesa kujya sukulu hati nyenda kusima polisi ya Uganda na UPDF tubatera runga bagambire kibakoze arwira polisi ateka kizire polisi ya government ya bwi umushaka natambura no mukazi we basanga rokoro hati osi ayegomba mukazi uri umusiza konga yarondo ukora amwiro kwa brother at you mind do you have my certificate for that wife uri yakinjine konga na kisugomuka no that is
in the greater Bunyoro sub
we kugende cha sawa nyabulete baro mukaza manwe chichoro yazo mutisi ura government ngiri tangeti hata mukaza garasho mesho kwenda self defense agandro usira sweetheart uri amwesa owa amwesa owanje uri ayotaba ati mchakara kwa yanoisa obizene barahasanje ati osaru zatenga be barwa yakyo mukaza atkasima natiyo mutaso yaza atiyo mutaso osi atumisajja kumwe none mukaza kumanye bizate kumara ndivyo na nemo ndeti nasirimu.
It enables us as NITA.
Meanwhile, Rwampara, Webare, Nkaru, Sumabe, Rwampara, Sabakomogwe, and Nayoke. Rwampara, the Lemos, but they come boot, but concation without the haps, Yakutawantuna Mombara, Quafterum haps, at the Busuk. So hata wasoma Rwampara chibakose nibakwate bose bazikoma bazito mbuto bakwate ikumyo na bwo basika ichiko ansyo na bwo basika umuntu ate bose bafitero mahambi ya kusuka umnogo hasi bayikuta na yikukunye bazaja na ezo kununi zakonyo kwe kuzapeza konyo shanga yashiro mu fara songwenu cha paso bero C5 wa shema ajecho chiko
the minister with the new mayor
and Rwampara bakazo kandi mwaba IT mukwatagane na nitogore bya Rwampara murebe ngo abasoma bo mwaba Rwanda tumwe de no bugabo kugendere kimwe misho atebyo ndi bigamba kujya mu miringi uza kuriya turebe cyo kugenda mu misho konkanto basibira kimwe kandi wena nimbakira munonga aha cyo kandi ndeba ya utakagenda ntukwenda uburya nenga tusabiso kubaraba banange nga unyako litotegera bulungi mwebale kujja tuli wanita ate n'ebitongole ebiralanga Camtech ebisobola okukola ekyamanyi okusobola okubanga biyamba ate nita yonde ekola kinene okulaba nti mazima gennyini eyambako ebitongole bya gavumenti okusobola okuba nga bituukiriza emirimu gyabyo ng'obwedda bwe basobodde okuba nga babanyonyola. Waliwo ekigambo kibadde awo sayidi yaabo yes RCIP ekyo nakyo tulina okukikwata kubanga kiyamba nnyo rural communication infrastructure program kyekikolera ddala okulaba nga everything is going on well. Tubeebaza olwa sola nita thank you so much okulaba nti everything is going on olwa sola enene gye mwasobodde okuba nga muleeta asigalibwa kumanya oluzungu ekitwale kakikulu. Learning English, speaking it is good. Onkota liego olulimi lwawe ekyebbeyi tokarota mu luzungu tukigezeho twakiteeka n'omu system zoona kyayamba n'olota mu lukiga omulunyankole ninga omu lulimi lwowaali kandi sente omu lulimi lwawe nazo zirimu hati bajja mu benanga omuntu arikwevuga omuntu arikumara kucwa amabaare kushungura oburo na n'ebindi noba nobyenjoyinga okurabira mu byebi. Thank you ATV. I'm told we are live. Nanyina ni checking area na leva to live konka real ni chama na ukweje information ne kumayo whoever has missed this presentation or this session can go there in the next hours or next month or next year abase kwana tunga information ndiye ni collecting anabahero aho kureba kintu kugendo mish innovation nununchi. Let me give you an example. So we took Gonji. Baganda, you know, she's a Pametaka Simon. I cannot tell you, shut the what to take a somewhere. Yandapoli can go innovation, Nenunji. Hatika Simoni, and Sunny, Basenda Valeu Sun, you don't go to the Sunday Punk. okuza kukyera okuza kyaki kandi kusaba kwekeza wagula emyenda misi nawe kasumona kakora akweta ozwara yetera perfume uzike kisatu kikwetaga perfume yoyetera perfume emyenda misi akokoti yapapara byono birekamu then cameraman ayishi akujerati takatire kisana kimwakorera kujerati
Accessing UG Hub, you will not play the role of messenger for different offices anymore. UG Hub reduces the effort, cost, and time you spend dealing with government offices. UG Hub, life made easy.
Atosasiri battery awaniza kutera sane rupiza atoyebuza uvugiye bona riyale ugumire n'ufakiso. We thank the technology kuri muhate bintu bakutera kino umurembaja muterera juro kunkamuhera at the end of the day ugamona kusanga ine kishani cy'amanu mnonga kai kuba ko ile information yone wakotiyo ina minute nabasaba kutera amande ne baba ibahika takazo mugambo kebe bike bya ready.
Of security. To access UG Pass, all you need is your national ID or passport. Visit your app store and download UG Pass today. For more information, visit www.nita.go.ug. Nita Uganda, transforming lives through e-services delivery.
Life was good for Jaja until she got an urgent phone call from an unknown number. The caller identified herself as her granddaughter and told her she'd been arrested. She requested Jaja to send money on another number so she could get out of jail. Jaja panicked and sent the money immediately. She was shocked when she reached home 5 minutes later to find her real granddaughter safe and sound in her room. Don't be like Jaja. Before sending money, verify that the person you're sending it to is who they say they are. This message is brought to you by the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda.
Have you ever wondered how you conduct business online? Make that call to a friend, watch TV with family, and even check in on your security, all in a blink of an eye. Soliton Telmec is one of the reasons this is possible. We are the #1 network telecommunications engineering company in East Africa. Telecom network planning and design, OTDRs and splicing machines, network development, mast construction, backbone. We are the leading providers of fiber optic networks, making life better by staying connected. Soliton Telmec, building networks for life.
Life was good for Mary until she received a phone call from a lady asking her to share her mobile money PIN to ensure that her SIM card wasn't deactivated. Her mobile money PIN ended up in the wrong hands. Don't be like Mary. Never share your PIN or password with anyone. A bank or mobile money company will never ask you for your PIN or password. This message is brought to you by the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Regional Communication Infrastructure Program launch.
It is with great pleasure and honor for me to address you today as government through NITA-U, while they are unveiling the key milestones in championing development, adoption and use of ICT in the Greater Bunyoro sub-region, specifically in Hoima Oil City. We are digitalizing Uganda. That is the new normal. I want to congratulate you, NITA. You are implementing our NDP3 and the manifesto of NRA. I want to congratulate you.
this function was for us to commission the solar equipment that we have at the transmission center. That transmission equipment enables us as NITA Uganda to provide internet to this region and to serve not only Hoima City, but other areas like Kagadi, like the kingdom establishments. Everywhere around, we are able to provide you with internet services.
Thank NITA U for knowing the gap that is there, because in the past we would suffer because we are not powered by internet, for thinking of this and expanding to this region. And therefore, we remain committed to working with NITA U, working with the government, the local government, with the minister, with the new mayor, and the kingdom to ensure that we achieve not only national content at the regional level, but community.
NITA U for providing internet. With Hoima district, Hoima, our office, we haven't got any complaints. I haven't been able to call the service engineer to say that our internet is off. So thank you, NITA U, for the good service.
I also want to thank NITA Uganda for rolling out this regional communication infrastructure program to benefit the people of Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom. So congratulations, and I request that we give them a round of applause.
We are supposed to have the chairperson LC5, Mr. Tavaro. Okay. So we are waiting for Mr. Tavaro. Then briefly we go on. When we finish, we are going to have a photo. Then we have lunch, and we are going to have our lunch. The ushers are going to be, picking table by table, and in a shortest period, but again, I want to thank NITA. System yenye tukureba ya CCTV camera zangu dozonezo ezitureba kugumazira active zikagumazira on kugira ngo nabakwibire motoka.
She received a phone call from a lady asking her to share her mobile money pin.
So thank you so much. NITA tubatera rumungaro zamani mnonga mnonga. In the meantime, let's have our Mbarara RDC. Abasekubana agamba nitwe then tuiza kugaruka tukumizamu akwenda tutakashisha ubwire bwinshi. RDC wito mukunda twakushemerwa umutero rumungaro yana wisha.
Thank you so much, our MC, the chief guest, at the same time our honorable member of parliament for the district, chairpersons Mwenda Badiaha, the chief administrative officers, the city clerks and town clerks, my colleagues, RDCs, the DPCs, and all the security officers here, officials from NITA, participants, I salute you all according to your respective dignitaries.
and of course the media, I cannot forget you. My name is Rogers Powers, RDC, Marara District. I would like to begin by thanking the government led by His Excellency YK7 for developing the country as far as IT is concerned. We all remember about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago,
it wouldn't have been possible
we
if we
didn't
all
have such kind of technology, but I was embraced when the team was showcasing such machines. This is a good thing, and where there is advanced technology, it means that even mortality rate, as far as children is concerned, mortality rate has exponentially reduced because of such advanced technologies. Thank you so much. Secondly, I would like to thank all the participants of this event. Thank you for turning up to attend such lectures. We are yet to have other communications from our chief guest. There is a lot that we have learned, and there is a lot that we are yet to learn. So I believe that we are not going to go the same. Let us transfer this knowledge to other people. Let us communicate to the people out there the achievements that this government has done as far as IT is concerned. And of course, in the line of education, I was embraced when the officer from AID was presenting. I like the fact that you have education at heart. That is going to help us to improve our level of education as far as laboratory and teaching is concerned. How I wish that we could embrace such innovators. Let us give them a platform. I don't know whether you come to
as NITA Uganda,
district local government
we
yet,
commit
but
that we'll continue to promote this development across the country. We've heard that RCIP is just the beginning. We heard from the representative of the board that RCIP is just the beginning, and we know that this will be done across the rest of the country. And in terms of both connectivity as well as the development of further e-government services.
If we can continuously raise such workshops, keep engaging us, we are available to always come and give these lectures. As a country, we are in this situation where prices are high. Let us adjust as far as our life is concerned, our daily expenditures are concerned, so that we can cope up with this situation. I will not say much because I know a lot. We are going to hear a lot from our chief guest. So allow me conclude from here, but to thank you so much for God and my country.
Thank you so much, our RDC, our beloved RDC. So RDC will say yeah, chairperson actually interview konka isayo na teka na ijaku na tuapuraho. But for the interest of time, Muncheze right about now we call NITA Uganda Executive Director Ms. Regina Chimera to talk to us. Tumtero Munga Zaman as she comes.
Thank you, Kachina. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests, all protocols observed. My name is Regina Chimera. I'm the Director of Finance and Administration at NITA-U. I'm standing in for the Executive Director, Dr. Hatwil Mugasa, who unfortunately had to leave for a very, very critical assignment, but he'll be with us later today. I would like to welcome our chief guest. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We are really proud to be with you today. Honorable, we're excited that not only are you the area MP, but you also sit on the Health Parliamentary Committee. So that really helps us drive our agenda of digitizing the health sector, and we are really glad that you can see our impact within the health sector. So everything else has been said. I just needed to reiterate the fact that NITA, generally, our role is to, one, create efficiencies within government, basically move from the manual processes of doing work to a more digital way of doing things. Second, and most importantly, is to manage costs. We reduced cost of government investing in ICT projects, and that is the basis of our strategic plan. And that is what we are celebrating today. I would like to thank our board for taking us through this journey to enable us to meet our key objectives of our strategic plan. I would like to thank our partners, Soliton, led by Maggie. Thank you so much, because without you, we would not have rolled out all these projects and also celebrated this achievement. We'd like to thank Impiga, not sure if there is a representative. We'd like to thank the district local leaders, because without you, we would not even have laid this infrastructure. We thank EXCO, the staff of NITA-U, for their commitment towards driving this agenda. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regina, for the presentation. Now we are supposed to have our guest of honor, but we shall request our chairperson, LC5, to talk to us. Then after, we shall allow the LRDC to welcome for us our guest of honor. Mr. Tabaro, zogambira omwanya gwawe otwakire ningo otutarase turambire.
Sonyo niza gukora umurimo gwa RC1 chairman abokuba RDC naza kushekera district. I want to our chief guest, honorable member of parliament, the representative of the ED, and the board members, all protocol observed. My name is Didas Kabaro. I'm the district chairperson Barara. I am happy to be part of this this whole arrangement, and it's good. I thank NITA Uganda for choosing Barara to host this hub. And of course, we all agree that the entire world is now digital. So now we want to appreciate NITA-U for even digitizing our rural Barara, our rural villages in Ankole. So we shall embrace whatever you're doing, we shall support you, and I want to appreciate you for supporting those brilliant Ugandans that have come with ideas like Camtech and other groups. So Camtech, you didn't get enough time, but I want to pray that in case you want to speak to my council, I will always give you that platform and you share this very important information to the leaders who will transmit it to the community. I want to thank the chief guest for blessing this occasion, and I know she's really going to be our voice in championing this cause. She's a hard-working member of parliament, and we appreciate you, and we are proud of you, and we shall return you back to parliament like I really prophesied. So then another mugumaho muteka na nabarasigaraho mwabazi yo numunyeta tuganira ebyasigara ati Torugaha digital to physical socialization. May God bless you.
Chairperson witu n'omuntu wa happiness ebintu by'okwesitressinga takugenda. Now, before I call the RDC to invite our chief guest, I have a request and it goes to Nita. It is coming from the chairperson LC5, Shema District, Madam Jemima Bohan. She is requesting that members from Nita, why do you see if you provide t-shirts and capes for all members who are there so that when they go deep in the villages, they can spread your information very well. I think we can clap for her. And as after the chief guest, we shall know if they are granted or no. Because she was requesting that if you don't have, they can see how to handle, but that the alternative is you can give them yours because you are many, then for you a way here. Aladdin, kindly come and welcome our beloved guest of honor, who is our honorable.
Thank you so much, our chief guest. I would like to first inform you that we have my other colleagues, the RDCs here. I request you stand up so that the chief guest can see you. The RDCs here, thank you so much. I would like to again thank you for championing this as far as the IT is concerned, and also mobilizing people to embrace parish development model in the country, particularly in Mbarara district. On several occasions, I've seen you in the field, I've been with you mobilizing the people. It is rare to get MPs who get time, moreover even in the weekends. Thank you so much. I take this special opportunity to welcome you, Honorable MP, to come and address us.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon, everyone. The district leaders present, leaders from Ankole sub-region, heads of security present, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. It's my honor to address you today as government through NITA Uganda unveils key milestones in championing Uganda's digital vision. The adoption and use of ICTs for socio-economic transformation of our people in Ankole region is very paramount. The ICT sector has over the years been vibrant and dynamic. It has now turned into an inevitable tool for socio-economic development. As government of Uganda, we are profoundly honored to lift off yet this great milestone in the economic development of our country. Over the years, government of Uganda has prioritized ICT as a catalyst not only for improving its efficiencies and cost of doing business, but for overall socio-economic empowerment of Ugandans. Allow me to take this singular opportunity to applaud the team at the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance and NITA you for the role played in prioritizing the rollout of critical ICT infrastructure like the national backbone infrastructure, the government data center, and the transmission sites in Uganda. This infrastructure has enabled government to deliver online and digital-based services such as internet, integrated financial management services, payroll services, revenue correction, virtual learning, among others. We are glad that NITA Uganda, through the World Bank funded Regional Communication Infrastructure Project, prioritized Ankole region and has extended the RCIP infrastructure to over 106 government ministries, departments, and agencies, in addition to hospitals, schools, and other service units across Ankole sub-region. This has not only improved operational efficiencies in delivery of public service to our people, but has also reduced operational costs in usage and maintenance. For instance, if all government entities were to singularly procure internet or hosting services, what would the government spend? We commend NITA for this initiative. As part of Uganda's deliberate effort to decentralize electronic services, broadband connectivity was extended to district local governments within Ankole sub-regions. And we have connected to the national backbone these districts that include Mbarara, Bushenyi, Ibanda, and Lyantonde, though it is counted to be in central region, and then Rwampara, Ntungamo, and the services of our people have been greatly improved. Additionally, NITA Uganda through RCIP has extended a total of 27 free public internet points in this region to enable the undeserved ordinary citizens access information and online government services at no cost. Some of which include the Wi-Fi at Mbarara City Council offices. I think those of Mbarara City Council who are here, you know that. Then Mbarara Regional Referral Hospital, I have seen this, I witnessed this morning as we are going through what NITA has done as a regional referral hospital, and also at NITA offices, among others. As part of government deliberate efforts to promote virtual learning, research and innovation, NITA extended broadband connectivity to Mbarara University of Science and Technology, MUST, then Intale School, Camtech Innovation Hub, Hive Collab Innovation Hub, Empower Youth in Technology. The innovation centers continue to open doors for our youth to include solutions to many of our societal challenges. And on this note, I was so much touched by Empower Youth in Technology. And I was wondering whether the youth outside there have measured what government is doing for them as far as innovations are concerned, as far as solving the challenge of unemployment is concerned. How I wish the management of Empower Youth in Technology could take a further step to mobilize the youth and show them what government is doing through NITA Uganda. And on this very note, I would want to encourage NITA Uganda to take a step and do a lot of sensitization. Because most people out there may not know that NITA is government itself. When you stand and hear what youth is talking about, and maybe the opposition is saying how Uganda has neglected the youth, without commending NITA Uganda, that is connecting almost everyone to internet, we need to go out and sell NITA to this country so that they know what government is really doing through you. The connectivity now in the Ankole sub-region and all other regions will further support the scale-up of many government programs like parish development model and other electronic or online-based services across the country. I'm so amazed by the fact that NITA, you are part of parish development model. As my RDC has already commended me of being out there talking about parish development model, one of the things I've been thinking about as a person is how on earth is the people in my rural Mbarara and every other rural area are going to do these things that require internet connection, that require online things. I've been wondering, but I think part of my fears are solved today, knowing that NITA, you're part of parish development model. And I pledge support as a member of parliament that anywhere I will hear where there is need for support as far as NITA Uganda is concerned, I will be there to defend what I have seen today. I took time, I went to the hospital, I took time, I visited Uganda Police, Central Police here in Mbarara. I went to commission the center where the solar system is going to be backing up in case our usual power is shut down or is down. And I even today realized why His Excellency is singing about sciences. Today, I think I begin to realize that almost everything, as we move on, is going to be driven by science. So we better support his vision of encouraging almost everyone to do science. Of course, the arts people shall remain there, but we need, yes, I'm a social worker, so I cannot pull out from where I am. I cannot go back to senior one and begin studying biology and chemistry and all that. But those who are not yet where we are, we need to encourage them to do sciences. I have seen what it means today. And on that note, I would like to commend His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda and the NRM government for the continuous support in prioritizing ICT in national development to narrow the digital divide and create efficiency in the delivery of public service to our people. What we have witnessed today is indeed a true manifestation of government's commitment in transforming the lives of our people in this region through the use of ICT. I want to recognize the doctor whom I did not get his name right, who was taking us through. Dr. Danta. Dr. Data. He took us through what is happening in Mbarara University at the Assimilation Center. And I was wondering how many mistakes would be done on a human being that have been channeled to be only done at the Assimilation Center. Those who are not there with us, it's like instead of testing from a human being, if there is any sickness, and maybe a mistake would lead to this human being losing a life. There are things that look like a human person, but through technology, they can breathe, they can, I don't know whether they can cough. I didn't see them coughing, but at least I've seen the baby that we saw in the hospital, and you could touch the umbilical cord, you can hear the heartbeat, and I was meant to know that students learn from that, and by the time they go to a real human being, they already know what to do. The innovators, a credit goes to you. And Mbarara University Hospital, Teaching Hospital, I really want to thank you, and as they've already told you, as a member of parliament who sits on the Health Parliamentary Committee, I need to inform my committee what is happening in this hospital. And I want to comment that all this has been possible due to a combination of vision, strong political support, regulatory innovation and best practice, and the development of a clear national development strategy. I've been reliably informed that Uganda Digital Acceleration Program, which is under approval process by government, will further scale digital services and broadband connectivity to all parts of the country, which will help us further leverage usage and the adoption of ICT services in the country. I urge you all therefore, representatives of government institutions, to embrace the use of ICTs within your operational environments to ensure public services are delivered efficiently to our people in this Ankole region. Our timely response to citizens' demands is now more desired like never before. Once again, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to NITA Uganda team for the great achievements registered under the Regional Communications Infrastructure Project. Achieving 100% completion is an achievement to celebrate. I also want to thank the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance for the oversight roles in the development of the ICT in the country. This development will indeed go a long way in transforming the lives of our people in the region. I thank you all for God and my country.
Wow. Thank you so much, our Chief Guest of Honor, who doubles to be our woman MP in Mbarara District. And I once again want to thank everyone who has attended, who has honored this invitation. And of course, we can't fail to thank Igongo Cultural Center for hosting us. Yeah, so right about now, of course, after the Chief Guest of Honor, Twahesa Konka Twine gifts. We have gifts. So Nandi Shabbat, the one responsible for gifts, Kuisha, Twahesa, we shall have a group photo. Twahesa immediately to a lunch. Kandi abamwe bangira mwatungire kupon zanyu eza lunch. Konka ali abanda bantu abakuza kugenda kulya na guest of honor kugira ngo atakaji ihamba. So chairperson Omomon Mori Owambara, Mr. Tabaro, then of course LC5 chairperson Wibanda, Mr. Elias, RDC Wambara, Nyano Wanje Babas Rogers, RDC Mutoma, Mr. Francis Chibuka, RDC Shema, RDC LC5 Shema, Tisombarara, Kawi Banda, Kau Shema, Kau Wampara, Deputy Mayor Tungamo Town. kama shomemwe na kumraweyo DH Lombara DPC Ntungamo DPC Mbara South DPC Shema DPC Mbara North then Mbara DPC Town Kraka Mbara State Town Kraka Shema Deputy Town Kraka Ntungamo Deputy Mayor Ntungamo nanaban hati kuna kushoboka sana na hii program manyango wa kirahira rutaka kanga bana tugarka twinga mu mutwara ungatwa kumsa kumiri. That's how we are going to go with our chief guest of honor kutunga lunch kokana nyenimeta itikabara kubeta byare ibiraso tukwa mushanju kizo mu kacheka tukashemerwa na n'ekinihiro cya Red West ikimba cyetaro zabura ntongo. So we shall be there and have fun. Of course Red West ya kugira ngo nayo tutatushabuzabiya tushemerewe na nitwe abukorayo na nimwe mutakatuzarura inyama zayo. So I beg my friend to brief us about how we are going to have lunch and the gifts. Thank you.
Kachina mpero mungaro. And we have some few gifts we want to give, and we'll just be very quick because we have lunch. And we, of course, our guest of honor, our district leaders, our RDC, our RCIP chair, and members, we want to have lunch with you. So please give us some few minutes. We finish and have lunch together with everybody here. Allow me to just start very quickly by requesting, and I'll be requesting you to just come quickly. There are some few people who we can't really mention everybody, but a few people who are working daily, not today, but who are working daily with us. And we wanted to just give them a small token. These are IT officer, by ICT, according to Anita Rizova. We want to just appreciate them. So the regional ICT officer for police, Patrick Okoth, are you here? Okay, Patrick Okoth will help, but I want to request the regional police, regional ICT officer, Rizi Region, if you can come. Let's just clap for him. Thank you. And I'm also going to ask Joshua, Arnold, Richard just to be ready and come nearer. So the first gift now goes to our regional ICT. You can stand right here. Thank you. This is Patrick, the man behind the NITA connection, and of course, Montero Mugaro, our regional ICT. I want to ask the IT officer of Rwampara District Local Government, ICT, IT officer Rwampara. Please clap for him also as he comes. Joshua, are you here? I'm also going to ask Mr. Peter to be very near so that we can move. So IT officer, I'm also going to ask the IT officer of Ibanda if you can come. IT officer Ibanda and IT officer Barara Municipal. Please clap for him, the IT officer. So IT wa Ibanda and IT officer wa Barara, if you can get here. So this is IT officer of Ibanda. Thank you. Arnold is giving away our gift. And next will be Obita. So IT officer of Ibanda, thank you. Thank you very much. Our IT officer of Mbarara, next is Yantonde, IT officer Yantonde. So Mbarara, thank you. I want to ask, thank you very much. I want to ask Joshua to come back. IT officer Yantonde, are you here? Joshua? IT officer Yantonde, and then IT officer Shema will be next. Yeah, you receive it together. Thank you. Can get near and receive in the picture. You're from Barara. Okay, sorry about that. So from Barara, IT officer Barara, thank you, and Richard will help us there. IT officer Shema is also near. Thank you, thank you. IT officer Barara, Mutero Mugarana, these are people who are on the ground every day. IT officer of
excuse me, nanyenda kumanyisa ngogo braza wanje sonande munchize yana chiri chabo mbemwe melira rosho
mwere kachina na kudestara
moya kubena mo droba yuko no chamanyisa tell yourself to look at perfume chirabo chitakisi
thank you. Okay, please, IT Officer Shema, thank you. Dr. Annabella, I'll invite you. IT Officer Wambara City, are you here? IT Officer Wambara City, we've finished. Okay, and the IT Officer, Senior IT Officer of Mbarara District Local Government. Senior IT Officer. Okay. Did we have municipal? Mbarara Municipal was also finished? Okay, so maybe what I will do is I think, did I get Mbarara local government? And the municipal also finished? Ah, okay. Then I'm trying to think, who did I miss? We also have one more here. So apologies, the director. Maybe at this point, since we shall work out that detail, I will just request at this point our board chairman to just come. Yes, these are the IT officers, but let me ask the board chair as well as Dr. Annabella, please come together and just come back together, and I'll ask our chief guest. This is for our chief guest, but we haven't forgotten our promise for our lady, our t-shirt that we had promised, but this is for our chief guest. Chief guest, one, thank you, and our board chair and director are all here to please clap for our, thank you so much. Thank you. Emily, you can come and advise.
We are now going in for a group photo. Okay. Outside. Yes. Yeah, let's have anthems first. Then we go out for group photo, twice a group photo, Chamshan. And of course, we are starting with East African anthem. There was an error in the morning, but now as we are finishing, we start.
Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki. Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki. Tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Life was good for Mary until she received a phone call from a lady asking her to share her mobile money PIN to ensure that her SIM card wasn't deactivated. Her mobile money PIN ended up in the wrong hands. Don't be like Mary. Never share your PIN or password with anyone. A bank or mobile money company will never ask you for your PIN or password. This message is brought to you by the National Information Technology Authority, Uganda.
Mwinayo bamasaba mulembe mwakinyala. Welcome our guests. I don't have much to do apart from thanking you for joining us as we celebrate the success of RCIP. And of course, it wouldn't have been possible if we all hadn't been on the same side and supported its implementation. And with that, I wish you all a happy deliberation and fruitful discussions as we go on. Thank you very much.